Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. How are you? Hope you all will be safe at your homes and enjoying your holidays. Today I have an interesting comprehension passage for you to read carefully and then answer the questions given at the end of the passage. It is a narrative text and you will enjoy working on it as it will give you some interesting information about a space mission. Students, you have already done many comprehension passages in previous classes, and each time when you start working on these passages, your teacher or your elder gives you some instructions how to do it. So today I am also going to tell you what is comprehension, why should you be able to read and understand a comprehension passage, and then its importance as well. The word comprehension comes from the word comprehend, which means to understand. It means that comprehension is understanding what is heard or read. Reading comprehension is the ability to process text, understand its meanings, and to integrate with what the reader already knows. Before we move towards the rules and strategies to solve a comprehension text, you must know the importance of it and hope you will pay more attention to learn the comprehension skills after knowing its importance. Without proper comprehension skills, a student lacks the ability to understand with what he or she has read, as the basic point of reading is to understand important lessons, stories, and documents. Comprehension skills, or to understand properly the given text, increases the enjoyment and effectiveness of reading. To understand a given passage helps a student academically, and it will definitely be helpful for him professionally in future life. Imagine, for example, that your teacher gives you a complicated project to work on it in written form. You can read the words but can't understand what the text is telling you. How would you be able to follow it? So it proves that to understand a given text is very important. These are some reading skills. And now there are some rules and strategies to do a comprehension passage. Read the title and look at the picture if given, and use your previous knowledge about the information that the text is giving you, keeping that title in mind. Make predictions in your mind. What are you going to read next after reading the title? Go through the passage carefully and underline the sentences that give you important information. Try to understand the meaning of new words. Identify the main idea and summarize the given passage. Arrange a brief session of asking questions from your partner and then guess the answer. It will help you to make your understanding more clear. Read the given questions carefully one by one and write answers in your own words. Remember that unnecessary details are not required while writing answers. Now students, you must know that texts are of different types. Most of them are narrative or descriptive. Today we are going to do narrative comprehension. A narrative comprehension gives you some true or fictional story. Students, do you like to read or listen some story type informations? Surely yes. So you will be excited solving this narrative paragraph. Here I have a story map. It helps understanding narrative type text. If you keep this map in mind, you will easily answer the given questions. First, read the title of story. Then, you will notice when and where the story took place and who are characters. After that, you will try to know the problems that the characters face. Highlight the important events that give a story new turns. Finally, you will set your mind to write the concept or the result of the given text. Here it is the comprehension passage. The title of the passage is Apollo 13. It is about a spaceship that was sent in 1970 to land on the surface of moon. Students, do you know when did first man land on the moon? It was July 1969 when first man stepped on the moon. It is said that it was a small step of man, but a giant leap of mankind. Apollo 13 was the third spaceship that was sent to the moon. You will enjoy reading this passage First, because it is a passage like a story, and second, because you know that it has always been very fascinating for man to know and study about space and spaceship. Apollo 13 successfully landed on the moon, but during travel, astronauts had to face much problems in their spaceship that their survival seemed impossible. But luckily, they did survive and completed the mission. But their spacecraft unluckily couldn't land on the Earth and splashed down in the Pacific Ocean, but all the three astronauts saved. And these are your questions. Read them carefully and note down your answers in notebook. Number 1. What was the purpose of Apollo 13 mission? Number 2. How many missions had landed man on the moon before Apollo 13? Number 3. When did the accident take place? Number 4. What problems did the accident cause? Number 5. Why did the astronaut have to move into the lunar module? Number 6. Why did the spacecraft have to change course after the accident? Number 7. Why didn't the astronaut switch on all of the lunar module systems? Number 8. For how many days were the astronauts in danger? Number 9. What do you think people mean when they describe the Apollo 13 mission as a successful failure? Number 10. Rewrite the events of mission briefly in your own words. So students, it is grammar work for this week. Present continuous tense. We will talk about when is this tense used and how is it formed. We will also study examples of this tense. So students, it is grammar work for this week. Present continuous tense. We will talk about when is this tense used and how is it formed. We will also study examples of this tense. First of all, let's see how present continuous tense is formed. Present continuous tense is formed from the present tense of the verb be and the present participle ing form of a verb. For example, it is raining. Raining is the present participle form of rain. Stars are shining. Shining is the present participle form of shine. And this is a basic sentence structure for present continuous tense. It is a sentence structure of affirmative sentences. Subject plus be plus verb present participle plus object. Let's see the examples. First we take singular subjects and they are he, she, it. Helping verb is used with singular subjects. So the examples are he is eating ice cream, she is eating ice cream, it is eating ice cream. Then it is I. Helping verb am is used with I. So example is I am drinking milk. Then there are plural subjects. Helping verb are is used with plural subjects and the examples are you are jumping, we are jumping, they are jumping. Students, remember it that object is not the compulsory part of the sentence structure because a sentence is complete even without an object. Look at the examples. In the first two examples, we have object ice cream and milk, but you can see that in the third example, we don't have any object. Now I will tell you when to use present continuous tense. Students, we use present continuous tense for number 1, the actions that are happening now. For example, she is cooking in the kitchen. What is she doing right now? She is cooking. Number 2, for the actions that are temporary. For example, they are staying in London for a few days. Mean they are not going to stay in London permanently. They are staying there for temporary period. Number 3, for definite future plans. For example, I am going hiking tomorrow. There are some verbs that we can't use in this tense. Please take a look and be careful while using them. to taste, to forget, to smell, to dislike, to hope, to understand, to remember, to hate, to love, to want, to weigh, etc. And here it is the sentence structure of negative sentences. Students, in negative sentences we use the word not after the helping verb be. The sentence structure is subject plus to be plus not plus verb plus object. He is not carrying bag. Some other examples are: you are not calling me, bird is not flying, they are not learning their lessons, I am not going to Karachi tonight. You can see that in all these examples, not is being used after the helping verbs that are, is, and am. And finally, it is the sentence structure of interrogative sentences. In interrogative sentences, helping verb be moves to the beginning of the sentence, and the sentence structure is to be plus subject plus verb present participle plus object and question mark. Is she washing clothes? Some other examples are: is cook making tea? Are clouds thundering? Am I running? Is partner watering the plants? You can see that all the helping verbs, they are is, are, and am, have been used at the start of the sentences. Here are some sentences of present continuous tense. Number 1, I am not going to school these days. Number 2, my mother is returning back from the village tomorrow. Number 3, baby is weeping. Now in the first sentence, the action not going to school these days shows temporary period of time. Second sentence, my mother is returning back from the village tomorrow, shows definite future plan. And the third sentence, baby is weeping, shows the action that is happening now. And this is the exercise of present continuous tense for you to do in notebooks. Make sentences of present continuous tense using these verbs: cut, fly, blow, push, travel. Change above sentences into negatives. Write 5 interrogative sentences of present continuous tense using irregular verbs. Do work neatly. Stay at homes and take care of each other. Allah Hafiz.